Over the years, the Endless Runner has become synonymous with everything wrong with the mobile game space. Typically filled to the brim with microtransactions and shitty mechanics, you don't really expect much from them. But the basic idea still holds some appeal. The idea of a run and jump platformer where you can never stop running is still a cool idea as far as I'm concerned, but it's just so rarely executed on well. And the vast majority of the platformers we get these days are either those or the type that lies on the complete opposite end of the spectrum, the stereotypical challenging but fair indie platformer, the game that forces you to get good at it or fail trying. The game we're looking at today, Bit.Trip Runner2, combines the best of endless runners and indie platformers in a whimsical, fun little package. And I should note that I'm using the word whimsical there very purposefully, because it's probably by far the best word I could use to describe this game. From the opening screen and world transitions narrated by Charles Martinet, to the constantly upbeat music that changes tempo as you play through the levels, everything in Runner2 oozes style and just a sort of joy. It feels good to play in a stylistic sense that so many other games simply do not. Despite its incredibly positive aesthetic choices, the game is definitely still challenging. But it's challenging in all the right ways. Sure, if you booted up a friend's save game and jumped to some of the game's last levels, you would immediately feel overwhelmed. But if you play through the game level by level, it slowly introduces all the mechanics you need to know, taking the time to slowly teach them to you through gameplay, until you've mastered the concept and the game moves on to the next one. And that constant introduction of new mechanics is definitely one of the game's biggest assets. Besides the obvious learning curve advantages, it also makes the act of playing through the game's many, many levels far more enjoyable. Platformers can grow dull and stale extremely quickly if you aren't constantly fed something new, and Runner2 does a fantastic job of doing that. If you like platformers, endless runners, and are up for a challenge, Runner2 is a game you shouldn't miss. Between its bright, colorful aesthetic, excellently crafted learning curve, and wonderful music, Runner2 isn't a game that everyone will enjoy, but it represents something aspirational, instead of appealing to the lowest common denominator with microtransactions and bland, repetitive gameplay, or intentionally designing a game with horribly incomprehensible learning curve. It creates something somewhere in the middle, perfectly straddling the line between two disparate genres and remaining extremely entertaining in its own right. Every Friday, I look at games that were either ignored when they came out or have been forgotten since, games that a lot of people have missed. If you like that idea, be sure to subscribe so you can see the latest videos. If you like this review in particular, be sure to hit that like button, and thanks for watching.